So Rihanna, Robin Fenty, has just launched her own beauty line. I could not be more excited. There's a few key things that make it more than your average, celebrity collaboration. Because trust me, I'm not one that runs out and buys like every collab or every celebrity, project. Because, I don't always trust them, but I trust Rihanna for a few reasons. She is kind of a style icon, and I never get the feeling she's doing anything to be trendy or to like stir up news. I get the feeling she's doing whatever she wants because she likes it, and she is so confident, so talented. She kind of paves her own way, and she doesn't really care what anyone thinks, and I really love that about her. Her beauty line, the foundation alone comes in 40 different shades. 40. Finally, did it really take a celebrity to understand that people's skin tones are not one size fits all, that most of us can't, go to a range of 10 shades and find one that actually matches our skin tone? I'm pretty sure Rihanna's one of the first people to launch a line with 40 foundation shades. She really wanted everybody to be able to enjoy what she created. I love that. So not only does the foundation come in 40 shades, but it's affordable. As far as a high-end foundation goes, $34 for a standard one ounce liquid foundation, that's really good. I have worn NARS Sheer Glow, that's $45. Then that is still more on the lower end when there are, Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is like almost 60 bucks or something nutty. Like, that's amazing that she put out this affordable price point. Second of all, another thing I really love is that the brand is 100% cruelty-free. You know that at this point I don't talk about products that aren't, so I love that about it. So the packaging is very chic, very Instagram-worthy. The outside packaging, it's a little more edgy. So it's really got, both sides of Rihanna. It's got kind of the graffiti design and the more dark packaging on the outside. And then what's inside are the light and bright packaging of these. So let's get into the actual products, and I will show you the Pro Filter foundation on. I'm wearing it right now. I'll show you how it applies, as well as the Killawatt highlighter. So first up is the foundation. So the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation is described as a matte longwear foundation. The long name of it is Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. This is a 1.08 fluid ounce. It is a glass bottle, so it feels really nice and high quality. It's got a plastic cap, and another thing I love from a liquid foundation, it's got a pump. You know that $45 NARS foundation? I love it, but it doesn't have a pump. You have to pay extra for the pump. For $34, this already has it. Thank you, Rihanna. And this is shade 130. So, how did I choose my shade? Well, the night before the collection launched, I went on the website, and I love how not only are there 40 shades, but they are described by undertone. Again, thank you. So I have always known that I have a truly yellow undertone, to the point that I have almost little to no pink in my skin. It is just yellow straight down the line. So when I saw that there was a fair shade with yellow undertones, 130, I thought, okay, that sounds like me. The next one up is 140, which is described as light skin with warm undertones. So to me, that says that if this is yellow undertones, the warm undertone still has some yellow, but it's got a little bit of pink too, making it maybe a bit more on the peachy side. So my dear husband surprised me and called me yesterday when the collection launched. I was doing wedding makeup, so I couldn't run out to Sephora, and said, hey, Fenty Beauty, what shade would you be? And I was like, oh my gosh, why are you there? What are you doing? And luckily for me and him, I had already researched online and said, okay, I think I'm 130, because I was looking at the shades online last night, and he said, good, because there's like 20 foundations. I said, actually, there's 40. So he grabbed me shade 130. I was super nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, it was so nice of him to go get it, and I really hope it works, and I don't have to take it back. So I swatched it, and I was like, okay, it's light enough, it is yellow enough, it is one of, if not, okay, I'll just say it is. It is the most true yellow undertone foundation I have ever used. There is no hint of pink or peachiness in this. It is a truly light foundation with a yellow undertone. Score. The texture itself, it is a liquid. It is described as self-setting, and I agree. This is the only foundation, again, that I've ever used that I did not set with translucent setting powder because I don't need to. I have never really used one like that. I have very dry skin, dry, sensitive skin. And I applied this, as you'll see, with a damp beauty sponge. Fenty Beauty, they have their own beauty sponge for $16, but I totally didn't think of it at the time. I would have maybe told my husband, hey, grab that sponge, but you know, I was just like surprised enough that he like went to Sephora by himself on the launch day of Fenty Beauty. So I didn't get her sponge, but I picked up the Eco Tools one because it's probably the most similar in shape to hers. So I applied it both with that sponge, as you'll see, and then I did apply it with like a flat top kabuki brush because she has her full body foundation brush. That was the closest I could find to that brush. I found that the coverage was fuller with the brush, and I have such dry, sensitive skin. The sponge is just better for me and my skin, but totally works well with a brush too, because I did try that. This has a slight scent that I would describe as powdery. It's not offensive, you know I'm very picky about smells, and it's just got like this, yeah, very slight powdery smell, and it does not smell bad at all. There's a few ingredients I think that make this successful for not only people like me that are very, very dry, but mainly my oily girls. I think you are going to love this foundation. If I'm dry and I didn't even have to set it with a setting powder, I think you're going to be in love because there's a few things in it that help that. It's got some silicones, so if you don't like silicone, hey, you probably won't want to use this, but I like silicone. It's got some silicones, but it also has talc as the third ingredient, which I think is going to help to absorb oil and keep it that nice matte finish. And let's see, there is pineapple fruit extract and papaya fruit extract, which is interesting. Those are, you know, brightening ingredients. So I think oily girls are gonna absolutely love it. Yes, I do wish it had a bit more of a dewy finish and feel, but the fact that I don't have to set it with a setting powder is kind of remarkable to me. And that way, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like my skin's oils throughout the day can kind of start to come through and create that really pretty luminous finish if I don't have it like right out of the gate. As far as coverage, this is described as medium to full, and I agree with that. I would say it leans more on the medium side, but it does have really great coverage and you can build it up on the areas you need. So I agree, it's definitely medium to full coverage. I preferred it applied with a sponge for my dry, sensitive skin, but with the brush, like I said, it could be truly full coverage. My overall review of this foundation is that I love it. Out of 5 stars, I would give it 5 stars because they have an incredible shade range. They understand undertones. It's an incredible value, $34 for a 1 ounce glass bottle with pump. I just feel like Rihanna, I just feel like Rihanna did not come to play. She was like, if I'm gonna start a beauty line, I'm gonna do it not only right, but I'm gonna do it better than everyone else. This improves upon a lot of problems that I think a lot of us have with foundation. Not being able to find the right shade. You know, even Makeup Forever is, you know, in that moderate price range. It's probably in the $40 price range, but the bottle is plastic. So like this is a nice glass bottle for $34. It's frosted, it looks beautiful on your vanity and your Instagram photos. My oily girls are going to love it, but my dry girls, as long as you moisturize really well prior to, you're probably gonna love it too. I'm gonna wear this around today and see how it wears without setting it with any sort of setting powder. I did moisturize my face with an oil prior to this because I knew this was a matte finish. And so I do think that helps. If you're oily, you probably don't need to worry. If you're dry, moisturize really well. Maybe even over moisturize a little bit and use a facial oil if you're really worried about dry skin and dry patches like I am. 5 out of 5 stars. I love the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation and I highly recommend it. And the other product that I or my husband picked up from the Fenty Beauty collection is the Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. So this is the Octagon compact packaging. It's got a 2-sided highlighter duo, as it says. So we've got the shades I picked up are Mean Money and Hustler Baby. I just want you to know. So those are the shades right here. They've got the Fenty Beauty embossed into the powder, so they feel really luxurious and kind of high end. They do have a pretty silky feel, and this highlighter duo is great for my skin tone. It's got that yellow undertone, very strong on this side, but the other side is a little more on the pinky side. So you can mix them, you can use one, then the other on top layered. I think this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Stila Kitten duo as far as the color combinations. This is a very champagne tone one in general, so I think this would work for a lot of us fair skinned girls. These I used on my cheekbones, Cupid's bow, here, and then I did use them as eyeshadows. I do have on the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette crease colors and kind of the outer corner and lower lash line because I did need a little deeper shades. But I do have both of these on my eyes. So I've got the darker one, Hustla Baby, on my lid, kind of inner corner, and then I took Mean Money and I did that kind of on the brow bone and more of the inner corner again. So I think these make a beautiful ethereal light daytime eye look, as well as really pretty but subtle highlighters. And like I said, if you want a really, really soft daytime highlight, you might just like Mean Money. Or when you want to amp it up for nighttime, you could go to Hustla Baby, which is definitely more of that golden champagne tone. These also retail for $34, so again, a really affordable price point. I really am so impressed that Rihanna created products that are not only attractive and fun and trendy and exciting, but affordable too. As far as ingredients in these, they do have silicone again, which gives them that really silky, slippery feel, talc for staying power, and then nothing else that really stands out as being unique or concerning really. But yes, the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter Duo is another really fun product in the line that is versatile and can be used in many ways. I do really like these. I would probably give these a 4.5 out of 5 stars. They're really nice highlighters, but they just may not be something I haven't seen before, but I do really enjoy them. That has been my review of Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation and the Kilowatt Highlighter Duo. I'm really excited about this brand, and I think this is only the beginning. I think we're gonna see a lot of really cool boundary pushing products coming out, and I can't wait to see what Rihanna does. I have no doubt that whatever she adds to the collection, it's going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this review has been helpful and enjoyable and that you come back and you watch some more. So I'm gonna go listen to the rest of my Rihanna Spotify playlist, and I will see you again in another video. Bye-bye.